Are the Golden State Warriors on the brink of a major shakeup? With the NBA trade deadline looming, whispers of a blockbuster deal are heating up, and you won't believe the player they're eyeing to elevate their title hopes. As injuries plague potential targets, the Warriors must act fast to secure a game changer. Stay tuned, because you won't want to miss this crucial update that could redefine their season. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button to stay on top of all things Warriors. As we dive into the latest news surrounding our Golden State Warriors, there's a lot to unpack, especially with the NBA trade deadline looming. With Stephen Curry sidelined, it's clear the Warriors are looking for ways to bolster their roster and keep their championship aspirations alive. Names like Jimmy Butler and Brandon Ingram have been thrown around, but recent developments have shifted the landscape dramatically. Brandon Ingram seemed like a perfect fit for the Warriors, averaging 22.2 points, 5.6 rebounds, and 5.2 assists, all while shooting nearly 47% from the field. His ability to stretch the floor and create his own shot would have complemented our offense beautifully. However, his recent ankle injury against the Oklahoma City Thunder has thrown a major wrench into those plans. Reports indicate that he's out indefinitely with a significant injury. This is a tough blow, not just for Ingram, but for the Warriors as well. With the New Orleans Pelicans already dealing with injuries to key players like Zion Williamson and C.J. McCollum, it's likely that Ingram's trade value has now plummeted. So, what does this mean for our team? Well, it's time to recalibrate our focus. The Warriors need to shift their sights towards a win-now player. Jimmy Butler emerges as a logical target. He's a proven star with playoff experience, and he can contribute immediately, which is exactly what we need right now. The urgency to make a move is palpable, especially with the team struggling to find its rhythm. As a passionate fan, I can't help but feel a mix of hope and anxiety. Will management make the right call? There's a fine line between being aggressive and making a hasty move that could hurt us in the long run. I'm really torn about this. On one hand, acquiring a player like Butler could energize this team and push us back into contention. On the other hand, we don't want to give up our future assets for a short-term fix. It's a precarious situation, and I know I'm not alone in feeling this way. And let's not forget the impact of these decisions on our season. With Ingram's injury, the Pelicans' chances of making a playoff push are dwindling, which may change their approach at the trade deadline. If they decide to pivot towards a rebuild, could they be looking to offload other players? This could create a ripple effect across the league, and the Warriors must be ready to capitalize on any opportunities that arise. Now, I'm curious about how you all feel about this. Do you think pursuing Butler is the right move, or should we take a more measured approach? What about other potential targets? I want to hear your thoughts. Are you frustrated with the current state of the team? Or do you see a silver lining amidst the challenges? Your opinions matter, and I'm eager to engage in this discussion with you all. As we move forward, it's critical that we remain optimistic but realistic. The Warriors have a storied history of resilience, and I believe that with the right moves, we can turn this season around. The potential for greatness is still there. We just need to find the right pieces to fit into our puzzle. As we dive into the latest buzz surrounding the Golden State Warriors, it's hard not to feel a mix of excitement and concern. The season started off with such promise, a 12-3 record that had us all dreaming of another championship run. But now, after dropping 6 of their last 7 games, the questions are piling up like the losses. What happened to our Warriors? Are they still contenders? Or are we witnessing a team that has already missed its best opportunity to make a significant move? Looking back, it seems clear that the offseason was the time to strike. The Warriors had their sights set on stars like Paul George and Lauri Markkanen. But for reasons that still baffle many of us, those pursuits ended in disappointment. The Clippers were hesitant to trade George within the Western Conference, and the Warriors didn't seem fully committed to going after Markkanen. It's frustrating, isn't it? Knowing that those opportunities slip through our fingers, potentially leaving us with a roster that might not be enough to contend. As we approach the NBA trade deadline, there's a palpable sense of urgency. The Warriors need to make a move to bolster this team, but the road ahead seems complicated. The chatter suggests they might be open to trading some players, but are they really ready to part with young talents like Podziemski or Kuminga? I think we all know how valuable they could be for the future, which makes the decision even tougher. It's a balancing act between immediate needs and long-term potential, and it's one that could define the franchise for years to come. Now, if we look at the potential trade assets on the roster, players like Andrew Wiggins, DeAnthony Melton's contract, and Moses Moody could be on the table. But let's be real, none of these options are game changers on their own. Yes, the Warriors have draft capital, but it feels like a slim package to entice other teams. The more I think about it, the more I'm convinced we really did miss out on a golden opportunity this offseason. It's a harsh reality to face, and as fans, it can be incredibly disheartening. So, what does this mean for the future? Are we looking at another offseason where we'll have to wait and hope for a big move? Or worse, could we be heading into a period of stagnation? These questions linger, and I know many of you share my frustrations. The Warriors' championship window feels like it's slowly closing, and every missed opportunity only adds to that weight. Now, I want to hear from you, Warriors fans. Do you believe the front office is making the right moves? Or are we heading down a path that could jeopardize the team's future? I, for one, am torn. Part of me wants to trust the process and the management's vision, but another part of me is screaming for action. And let's face it, we all want to see our team compete for championships year in and year out. As we gear up for the trade deadline, the stakes are high, and the pressure is mounting. What should the Warriors do next? Should they play it safe or go all in and make a significant trade? I want to hear your thoughts. What are your expectations, and what frustrations do you have with the current state of the team? Let's get the conversation going down in the comments. And before you go, don't forget to like this video and share it with your fellow Warriors fans. Make sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of the latest updates on our beloved team. And remember to hit that notification bell. Activate it to stay in the loop with everything happening in Warriors land. Your support means the world, and together, we'll navigate this roller coaster season.